Here we are on Aorta. We're doing more Testulous. Team 1, ANS. Team 2, OSP. 3K4v4. Captain Chaos, it's just Virgil, Vren, and Pyrope on Team 1. They're all in voice comms together. Team 2, Not So Lone Wolf, Careful Crusader, Dramus, and Forlorn Soul. My team music is a little too loud. Let's turn that down. There we go. On Team Caster, we've got Crow, Corbeau, Lobster, Mechanaut, and Puppy all hanging out in here. I know it's a little bit more than usual. Normally I do things either solo or with one ride along, but we've got more eyes and brains in here today to get more, presumably, higher quality analytics from all of us. You know, we combine all of our dumbass nonsense together, and hey, maybe we get one or two good things out of it. So that's why everybody's in there. It's going to be a little hectic, going to be a little chaotic, but I think you should be able to keep up just fine. We're dropping down here with Voxel and a Sprinter. This is, I think this is Vren's, actually. It's interesting to see him playing Voxels. Yeah, this is Vren's, that's his symbol, little Canadian flag and things. Got Bullseye on the roof, guns all around, VLS one on the back, with some decoys and chaff. Same thing over here, presumably. No Bullseye. Bullseye on the floor, actually. Okay. All the 250s. And then two blanket jam, triple blanket jammers on the sprinters. That is so much jamming. I look forward to it. Pyrope, one single 3,000 point rail battleship. It's got AMMs. It's reliant on AMMs for point defense. Specifically size 2 AMMs for point defense. Or maybe the size 3s? I don't remember which one of the AMMs. This thing has missiles out the wazoo. It's this sort of build that inspired me to proclaim the magnificence and the glory of the missile channels on a battleship. So we'll see how well Rail BB performs on the testing branch, where it's not going to be able to actually make use of many of the changes, because most of the changes are survivability. And usually if your rail battleship is getting shot, there's many other problems happening. Virgil fighting Voxel with a blanket on the nose on one and a bullseye on the nose on the other. Backpack VLS ones with actually brilliant flares, chaffs, flares, and active decoys. Pair of gun reins for support, I think. No, one gun reins with a blanket and a hang up, and then one PD reins. Double rebound, double defender. Very interesting. Captain Chaos bringing one 450 Axford. I don't see Chaos in Axfords very often. Let's see how well he does this. And some torpedoes, some hybrids on the backpack. PD support, one blanket, one floodlight apiece. That'll help. A little bit of jamming support and a lot of anti-jam support. Very nice, very nice. Oh my god. Okay, so for everyone out there who has noticed the OSP team, something very interesting is going on here. We've got Not So Lone Wolf in scout ships. Some of these scout torpedoes are seeing a lot, by the way. He's got some rockets. A EWR and an Acello anchoring at the back. 450s and some PD. A little bit of PD, not that much PD. Dramus with one 250 Acello, loaded down with Auroras and Bastions. One Plasma 100mm liner. And then one EWR tug, or monitor rather. And then things get very interesting, because we got Careful Crusader in a torpedo bulker. That's all he's got. And Forlorn Soul in a container bank ship, which is all he's got. That's it. That's all. This is, I believe, his close combat container bulker. So it'll be interesting to see that on the field. Meanwhile, OSP is taking Bravo and Charlie. ANS is taking Echo, and they're capping Delta. Not really sure where those voxels are going to want to go after this. Man, just in general, ANS is standing way off the map. Weishne is going to the withdrawal line to do real BB things.
That's not where I want rail BBs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather have them in the middle.
Yes.
Get in the front. You've got armor. That's what it's for.
Bingo. That's what I do with the rail experts as well, as you do the armor trading.
You've got a lot of armor now.
Oh, yes. A lot of armor, and you can repair a bunch. So, you could... I mean, I think this thing could, like, chill around this big ol' hole here right next to Alpha, or this, like, spindly pillar limb. And just
it's supposed to be an anchor.
Yeah, yeah.
And an anchor at the withdrawal line is just, you know, weighing you down.
Yep. Yeah, that's where you want your rail destroyers sometimes. Sometimes. But putting battleship there is a good way for it to not use a lot of the points that you're spending on it. It's the issue.
Shuttles were safe from the torps, but then peeked out and they got sniffed.
Yeah, about to get snowflaked. Plonk. Oh, not enough range by about 100 feet.
Saved by the bell.
Saved by the missiles that just self-destruct whenever they run out of gas instead of going a couple centimeters further and exploding into things.
This calls for a celebration. New underwear for everyone.
Yeah. Distinct lack of beams on the ANS side. Aorta's a pretty close quarters map sometimes. That might bite him in the ass.
Whoa, bad words on the stream, really, dude?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Sorry, I'll use a stronger word next time.
This is a good Christian server.
My Christian Minecraft server! And the voxels are setting up near the Delta Rock. No one's making a play for Alpha, so both teams are being a little serious about this. No one's YOLOing onto Alpha. It's nice to see it. When I saw this this thing come up here, I was a little worried it was just gonna dump onto Alpha, but the noob tube is being polite enough to actually have a really good position. He might even be able to TRP some of his command torpedoes onto something on Alpha, which is something you can do now. So nice. So nice.
It's worth noting that I think the reason Ren brought those 3 blanket sprinters is because that's a fleet that's designed to actually split in half. Like, not necessarily late in the game, but just be able to operate in 2 completely different locations.
Yes.
Because 3 blankets is enough to cover voxels. You don't really need 6.
Yes.
Unless you're really trying to make that Illuminator a solo cry.
Yeah, I agree. It was just cool to see. I've got a similar build actually for destroyers, where I've got 1 destroyer and 1 range paired together, and each range has 2 blankets, 1 illuminator, and then a missile launcher for various support missiles.
That's the beam one, right?
Yeah. And the destroyers are beam destroyers. Yeah. So they operate independently and they get in weird places because 1 beam destroyer can actually delete things if it has the positioning. You don't need a whole bunch. And then the range are support.
Man, ANS is really stealthy. They can see people, but aren't really being seen.
Yeah, I think those
6
voxels got
blankets will
flashed.
do that to a person.
Well, I was also going to say the EWR pointing at the top of the map.
Yeah, both the right fit and the Archetype are pointing in odd places. They don't know where the hell the ANS is or what they're doing. They're really worried. But it's just because the ANS is staying back and not moving forward. The voxel team is actually moving up onto Charlie. But Chaos is staying back and keeping Overwatch on Alpha. Both teams are waiting for the other to be the aggressor. And at the end of the day, ANS does actually have to move first, because they can't all just take position and sit until the end, because OSP is ahead by just a couple points, 8 points. Even though they break even on caps. Jam's coming out from the voxel. It's still spotted by presumably the wrong snide. And voxel's gonna start eating 450. It's not locked, it's just spotted, and presumably the spot is pretty poor quality. Yeah. Pretty poor quality indeed. One land.
Scratching the paint.
Yeah. EWR eating a little bit of fire. I think Wolf's scout shuttles are going to be able to get on to Echo.
I think the torpedo bulker is lining up on Ren's boxes.
Yes, absolutely.
Carlos
And-
getting some good rail cells on the Cell Ego.
If he knows about being able to TRP with command now, that's actually extremely bad for those voxels. Assuming he's got the range for it. I actually don't know how much range these things have.
What? So you're able to set a TRP, target it, and then like angle your missiles around it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah, they added that to command. People have been asking about it for a long time. But
It is a little funky with the turrets, the torp turrets.
oh yeah?
Yeah, they point at the track, not your TRP.
Ooh, okay. I can see how that would be a problem.
Fascinating.
It does make for an extremely effective evasive maneuver. But a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, those rails are doing quick work on that Ocello. It's starting to stack up the grids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some
Yes,
fires.
it's off to
got
make
some
the door free.
birds. Big out coming in. The Belfast and the Sackville. I think just a few defenders will be able to handle these, presuming they're not EOD. See. Yeah, they're not. In fact, they're all being soft killed. And hard killed. Yeah, can't really be bringing cheapo spamming containers anymore, Chief.
Ooh, S3H wiggle. And it's working.
Did they find the torpedo bulker, or is they just trying to hit an EWR?
Unclear.
Yeah.
Torpedo Boker is spotted. Yeah, and the missiles are going for it.
No.
Bonk. That's expensive. Oh, that ain't gonna buff out. Oh, man. That's two MLS3s down. And a whole lot of damage going out. Yeah, we can see the GC scrambling now.
They got super lucky. They got to keep their CIC and MAG at 0%. Sometimes all it takes is one more.
Sometimes. Not AGI, though.
Well, it looks like the Cell Ego's DC teams are able to kind of stay on top of the rails when it's
Yeah.
just the rails, but when it takes other fire, it just... Oh man, it takes so much damage.
Honestly, I think the most value is coming from the Sarissas being critted and degrading their value.
Yeah.
It's like Puppy's out of here for the night. Wiggle, 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 boom, 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 wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
No, normally the two fleets pushing up onto A is a little questionable, but I think OSP only has 1.5 fleets of guns to challenge them with, so I think the ANS might just be able to bully them away from the point.
Agreed.
Yeah, and they've only got 2 ships that are poking up enough to actually challenge.
Well, and it's more than 2 fleets because you've got the Vauxhalls firing at the Pyroslite, you've got the ball moving in towards A, and you've got the rails. So that's their entire fleet's worth of firepower going in at that one tiny little group pushing, or that's up on A.
Well, that one tiny group is all the guns they have. If the missile players can't get something done, they're just gonna get run over.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And the backline battleship isn't that great, but it's doing more than the 2 backline missileers are. I don't think Crusader's fired off any missiles at all. And he's already hurting pretty bad, and Forlorn Soul, everything he's fired has been hard killed, and I have a feeling that everything else he's going to fire will be hard killed. Funnily enough, I think with the capital changes, my unimaginable greed build, it's just pure EO decoy, none of the like cheap stuff for killing offsets. It's actually going to be a lot stronger because people are going to be wanting to do these bunched up capital moves. Because, I mean, that's something that already happens on main. It's just usually not very good. You can gun it down.
Yep.
But with how survivable the capitals are now, that becomes more effective, and Solier's job becomes a little more important in reading things out, reducing those thresholds. Those are pure maximum thresholds, so that gunners can clean ships up.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
And that's going to be able to get alpha with these 2 little PD frigs. Oh my. Or it's 1 PD frig and 1 gun and jam frig.
Ocello's down.
Yep.
It got cored. Everything on the top and the bottom are fine. The whole centers
The
are dead.
enemy is securing Zone
Well, I
Eclipse.
think I've
Signals,
seen
man.
the effect of the turret buffs a little bit. We've seen that a little bit with Axfords and Solomons as well, where the turrets will be alive and the ship will be dead.
What is the noob tube doing?
It's firing its missiles. All right, let's see it.
Let's see how good that PD frigate is.
Well, I don't think it's going to be able to cut this.
The enemy secured Zone Atlas.
No, Reigns have pretty good anglings on their stuff. Yeah, they got a little weave going on here. Clonk.
All it takes.
Clonk, clonk, clonk. Clonk. Complete overkill. But it is dead.
Oh, we're gonna get one more into it. Just to make sure it's dead.
Alright, so I wish everybody heading for their life pods a very nice die.
He's gonna have to get some more or he's just gonna die.
Chaos's missiles coming at your mom last night. Thanks, Chaos.
Always into the mom jokes. NoobTube taking so much fire for his troubles, and I don't think he's. Yeah, I mean he's done.
That trade was 100% worth it. That Reigns carried the entire ANS team. I think they're in some real trouble right now.
That is true. I'd be pretty worried if I was the color blue on the map. Shuttle pal tank. What is going on? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
One of the shuttles is getting railed on the nose, and it's actually in a pretty bad spot. Maybe didn't have enough raw fire rate. OSP's
I
doing
would
pretty
say
good
this-
on caps. But they're just getting torn to shreds in the middle of the map.
Yeah, and ANS has enough that if they notice that Echo's gone, they can take it back pretty quick.
For sure. I think,
Well,
yeah,
at this
Vryn's
point, you're-
already headed back towards it.
Well, and at this point, they're so handily crushed all of the OSP front line. It's kind of time that, like, I don't know, before Leaf or the end of Melise should go to D to defend it, and then, like, you know, people should start breaking off to go after individual caps.
Yeah.
But that's what you're seeing the Belfast and the Sackville do right now, because they're going back to E.
Foxholes are best at, honestly.
Yeah, they're so fast.
They do be zooming. Crusader recognizes the gig is up. Glonk. More for good Major Glonk. Yeah, all that's rest is Forlorn's Goofy Bulker, which is going to cap Delta. Okay. Whatever.
You shot an entire 6 containers out of at least the Lagarde.
Yikes.
What on earth is his plan with that?
I don't know.
I don't think he knows
I-
either.
Are you talking about the container player who went up top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why he was doing that, but he did.
He's got important deliveries to make.
I mean,
Yes.
I think our team comp. I mean, I forgot Aorta was such an open map. In my zeal to use torpedoes.
I think the Torps would have been good here if y'all had more frontline.
If
You-
they,
you can't
you guys
have a
sat
2-2
so
split.
far, you guys sat so far back, so there's nothing I could really do.
Yeah, you just be patient. Wait for them to come to you, because eventually they do have to. And then when they're in a bad spot, you torp them.
Yeah, I tried. I tried to save A, but then they all kind of jumped on me and nuked me in like
Yeah.
half a second.
Yep.
The TTK one that was so fast, it was insane.
Oh, it was 3 fleets worth of fire. Just
Well, yeah, but you know how it is.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
I know why it was not ridiculous, but it still feels ridiculous.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, this game's so swingy that, like, when you're getting crushed, oh man, you really feel it.
Yeah. I thought I was being clever with my sneaky little hiding spot right under A. And then nobody came to A.
So Dark did make a good point that I don't know if you know this, but command torps now do work with TRPs. So you could technically get I don't know what your range is on those, but you could.
It's like 5K.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you could get a nasty TRP off on someone with those.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay.
Like, where you were sitting, just put a TRP right above your head and then right into A.
Yeah, but we didn't when the frigates were on A, we
Enemy
couldn't see
secured
them.
zone eclipse.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, okay, that's neat. Why that changed? That doesn't seems a little.
It's something that should have always been there, and that just finally got added.
True.
It's not like a big balance thing. It's just like a nice little quality of life thing, like a lot of the missile update. I mean, this update was intended to be a missile update, and then, well, a lot of stuff
And
happened.
Capital Gaming happened.
Yeah. And so that changed a little bit.
Do we have an ETA for this? It feels like compared to the last like small update, like it seems like changes are rolling out. Like things are getting changed pretty fast.
Well,
Just in general on the
so
test branch.
because the last update, Mazur was kind of half doing Conquest and half doing the update, and now, as far as I can tell, he's focused on the update with
Okay.
the issues related
it.
to Capital Gaming. So that's why this stuff's rolling out really fast. I'm gambling it's gonna be about 2
You're
weeks.
contesting zone boxer.
Neat.
Might be 1. I'm not sure how serious they are about getting this out as soon as possible.
And they got the artwork done on the Torp turrets pretty fast. So.
Yeah, that's something
Is there anybody
else.
with a torp turret in this game?
No.
No.
I think to use with
I haven't
those.
seen really any Torp.
Those are ANS only, right?
They
And the
perform
solo.
pretty poorly.
They perform
Without
pretty poorly.
elevation, they're not very reliable.
Yeah, they really gotta fix that.
Well, that's apparently intended.
I mean, that seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah, someone's gonna need to have a talk with the guy.
Just absolutely zero elevation. Like that's absurd.
Yeah, it means they just don't work on anything that's moving at a
Yeah.
medium pace speed against anything else that's moving at a medium pace speed. They will never ever get properly oriented.
It's like trying to use rails at close range. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
Oh, here goes
Oh.
entirely too many containers.
Yeah, this guy was bragging about his command containers. Let's see how they do.
Let's see if Forlorn can bring it all the way back.
All right.
Oh,
I've seen him win these.
Do we get to see? Do we get to see the
One kill.
two AMMs?
The one kill of the game.
Amazon called your bathroom break was 15 seconds too long.
And now you fucking die.
Damn, bro, really thought. I was really surprised to see the rail BB, but it did put in some work.
No, her S2 AMMs got fucking Saristed. Or no, they didn't. Where'd they go?
Yeah. Well, I think they were out of range, and they were S3 AMMs, which is
S3 AMMs. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gotta be expensive, eh?
Oh my god,
Not really.
This is hilarious,
But
guys.
it doesn't matter
Honestly,
because
I
no
think the
decoys.
defenders take this.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no question.
It's not even a contest.
Defenders kill almost infinite containers. Like one
They're not
defender
even-
can just sit and kill and kill and kill and kill. It's not even getting close.
They're not even homing in.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
sure what's
like-
going on here.
Well, and Pyrope's got 20,000 slugs in there. Oh my god.
That's only 10 points. It's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not.
But it is a lot of bullets, and it's a lot of fire time for so few defenders. Is what matters.
Did she
there.
bring an interrupt or something? What's going on?
The enemy
No, there's no interrupts. I think his
He's
comms
just
might be
really
off.
shitty. Operational, really shitty torpedoes or containers.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that build's about.
Kind of a scuffed match, but
That was
We killed the one frigate, bro.
Yeah.
One frigate.
Oh, it was almost a flawless match.
Nah, I stole that from you. Fuck you.
Torpedoes too strong. ANS can't flawless.
Yeah.
Guys, nerf OSP again.
Yeah.
They're too strong again.
Remove missiles from OSP,
That's
Master,
a
please.
lot of.
So I have learned very valuable lessons about putting small drives as your only drive in the nacelle.
Oh, Lone Wolf, come
Crazy.
on. What, Wolf, don't tell me.
Lone Wolf.
Wolf, what did you do?
The only thing in my Othello was a yard drive, and that got immediately fucking blocked by the rails. So I was just sitting there for like 10 million years.
Rails.
Yeah,
Dude.
the rails
Gotcha.
really got that one.
Wait, what?
So
Where was your
sorry.
anti-jamming? I just had you guys like. I
I
just
mean,
sat-
I don't know. I was burned throughing, and I was bullseyeing, and didn't really work.
Oh,
To be
I
fair,
know
there
why.
were 3 fleets worth of jamming at you.
And I, from my side, I had 6 cameras alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of jamming.
Hashtag remove Eeyore. The game should just be 120mm only.
Alright.
What is
No
this,
armor.
World War One in space?
Yes.
Trench warfare.
Where are my
space.
space trenches? I want space trenches.
I want to know why Forlorn only brought direct fire.
It was
Wait,
interesting.
why did he not use any of his freaking containers? Wait, he had cruise containers.
Yeah, I know, but everyone had defenders. I sent them the first time, and that they're gonna get destroyed easily.
Oh. That makes sense.
Dude made the unfortunate mistake of not playing the only viable container build, sadly.
Yo, decoy.
Yeah. It's so sad. It's like I wish there was more viable things for containers to do, but
You can do a decoy container and then just regular containers.
And
My
aren't
single
you decoy these nuts?
my single rocket
Bottom.
shuttle. My single rocket shuttle at the end was the second most damage dealing ship.
I killed the one
That-
frigate and I got
highly funny.
I killed
that
one
scared the
frigate.
crap out of me when it just like.
I thought I wasn't gonna get any action that game, and then that light cruiser just came around the bend, and I'm like, yes.
And then I just went, nope.
I noticed that I got like a few hits with my snowflakes at the very beginning. That made me really happy.
Yeah, because I didn't have PD or really anything on those, so it was a bit of a rip.
Gotcha.
Rip.
Our comms were very tight.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
did
Bobby was in
support
the
at
casting.
first, and then I just marched forward and planted my big butt on a point.
Does anybody have opinions on the fleet that I made in like 5 minutes?
That was 5
Yes,
minutes. That was
die.
pretty good.
That's very good.
I did really good.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. I was dead too quickly to really notice.
I think this is a really
Yeah, you
good
expended
all-rounder
6
fleet anchor build.
I used like 6 torpedoes, and then everybody looked at me, and I turned to dust.
I was thinking, do I want
Oh, there goes chaos.
jamming and floodlights or 120? Huh?
It's always the E-War.
What was that?
Oh, you just
Yeah.
cut out there for a second.
E-War.
Yeah, the E-War and the
E-War never
anti-E-War
changes.
is
Well, I was-
really good.
Okay, so what I said before I cut out was I was thinking 120s or E-War.
Yeah.
But obviously E-War. Okay.
More
Yeah.
DPS is nice, but being able to prevent your enemy from shooting you and make it easier to shoot them is kind of a much bigger deal.
Yep, I could break the locks. I
Cool.
pretty much broke all Wolf's locks while just like activating all the jammers.
The main thing was I wanted an Axert escorted with defenders to try and stop torps.
Yeah, like speaking of like missiles and torpedoes, like my snowdrifts were acting all weird, and I realized it's because of the torpedo changes. Like so like I was trying to like shoot them at the command containers coming at me, so and they were just like spiraling around them because they're too fast and like maneuverable. So they were just freaking out.
They were too cracked for their own good.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm calling a night. I'll have a night. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need.
Words are hard. We understand.
Go to sleep,
Good
my
night.
friend.
Alright. So that's that. So we started this at 10:58 in the blessed AM. It is now 11:17 in the blessed PM. So that's a nice 12 hours of Nebulous. I have no idea how many videos I have. These uploads are probably off the chain, got like 4 or 5 a day. Just to alright, Celeste, you got great music, but you gotta be quiet, I'm thinking. Just to be useful and helpful to everyone. Trying to get as much stuff out as possible, as fast as possible. If it's a little overwhelming and you don't want to deal with all this shit, this is free content. You can just leave. I hope this is very informational and useful to you. To anyone who is watching. We've had a lot of fun, but ultimately the point is for these to be useful as well. You can do stuff can be two things. You can do both. I don't have any final comments other than OSP seems a little strong. ANS was not able to flawless. And that's my hot balance tank of the day. That one goes out to all you Reddit users. Good games. A lot of good games. Some whack games. Good night. I wish you well.